so our next speaker is actually one of the very first people that I ever started following on social media. I was actually volunteering to do social media for the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network, and really started liking just doing it and being involved in that, and thought I should maybe learn a little bit more about social media. So I started looking for training courses, and I actually stumbled across Social Media Manager School that was created to teach people how to actually be a social media manager. And there's a few other my classmates here today. So actually a couple years ago, I think it's been maybe 3 years or so, her co-founder, Phyllis Kerr, came out for a visit, and we had scheduled a luncheon. And I don't think she probably knows this, but I was super nervous to meet her. I always got like really excited in the school whenever they would comment or respond. I just thought that was really cool. So some of the things that I can say about her is that she does speak around the world, training people on Facebook ads and so much more. In fact, she just got back from a trip to London and Dublin, and she was all over the place. She's co-founder of the Social Media Manager School, which I will put a plug in. It does close today. Co-author of Facebook Marketing All-in-One for Dummies. And she's appeared in top lists on Entrepreneur and Inc.com for over 2 years. So today she's going to be sharing with you how to use Facebook ads to get more leads and reach your best prospects. So please welcome to the stage, Andrea Vahl. Oh, and she's also a comedian.
There's that. All right, we're going to get up. Oh, thank you, darling. You're fabulous. Okay, we're going to get up, stand up. It's been a while. Get up. We're going to do a little dance break. It's a dance break, everyone. Okay? Let's go. What do we got? We got it? All right. I'm not going to sing, I promise that. Is it going? Let's go. Let's move. Shake it, people. Shake it. Come on. Stretch. Vicky, I got my pole. Woo! Ow! Yow! All right. Now, I kind of just want to do this for about 30 minutes, right? All right. We'll wrap it up. Thank you, guys. That's awesome. The blood flowing. Okay. So I'm going to be talking about how to use Facebook ads to get more leads and reach your best prospects. Here's what we're going to cover. I'm going to talk a little bit about Facebook marketing. Then we're going to get into the pixel for tracking and retargeting. And we'll also talk about split testing and all kinds of other good stuff. But before we get into that, I'm going to share a little bit about my story. This was me 10 years ago. I had been laid off from my job. I was broke, scared, drunk, and growing out my facial hair. But I did what anyone else would do in that situation, is I put on a wig, started a blog as Grandma Mary's social media edutainer, worked my butt off, and got a book deal. And now, this is me today. I'm happy, healthy, and I've had a good waxing. And because of social media and Facebook ads in particular, I now have the time to hand dry my laundry on the beach. So actually, a little bit more about me is I did start a blog using my, I had been doing improv comedy. I had been laid off from my job as an engineer, and I wanted to stay home with my kids. And I said, you know, I'm going to make this work. And I actually started an in-home wine tasting business, which was a perfect way to have a toddler at home, was to find a job where you could drink. And now I'm a blogger, so it's kind of the same. I get to drink on the job. But I was doing that and building my business with social media, and I was loving it. I was using Facebook, Twitter, YouTube to grow my business, and people were asking me, how did you do that? How did you do that? So I started helping people. And then the wine company went out of business that I had been working for, and so I said, that's it. I had, you know, not going to build my castle on rented land anymore. I'm going to build my own business. What can I do? And how can I use my love of wig wearing in my business? So I started my blog with one of my improv comedy characters, and Grandma Mary, social media edutainer, did my blogging for me. I kind of outsourced it. And that was really the key to my success. I grew my audience on social media to the point where I got a book deal. And I had no intention of doing that when I started. I thought, you know, this is going to be a little side gig for me. And because people had found me, I connected with Phyllis Kerr on social media. She connected me to Wiley. I had built my authority, and I got offered a book deal. So you never know where your social media connections are going to lead. It's been an amazing journey. And now I do stand-up comedy. So if you're in the Denver, Boulder area, that's a little fun thing too. So let's talk a little bit about Facebook. We all know organic reach is dying. It's changing. It's become a pay-to-play scenario here with Facebook ads. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm telling people now that they can post less and pay a little more. It's freeing up some time for you. But there still is ways to get organic reach. You know, you have to be interesting, as we've talked about before. Humor works. This was a client of mine who had an exercise boot camp and just posts a funny picture, having fun with dogs. If you can post pictures about dogs or babies, that's really helpful. But it was really fun, and he reached a lot of his audience with that. You also need to use Facebook to tell your story. We've talked a lot about storytelling today, video today. This is a local carpet cleaning business that has these great funny videos that talk about how they're different, but they're also fun and funny, and they get lots of views with that rather than a regular post. So they're reaching their audience. You got to stand out from the crowd. I am living proof that you can be pretty weird in your business and still have success. Joel Comm is another indication that you can also be very weird and do well. But you don't want to get too weird. Don't get too weird. Yeah. So now let's dive into Facebook advertising. Some people think that it's a problem, that now we have to advertise. They're like, oh, I don't want to be on Facebook because I don't want to, give Mark Zuckerberg my money. You just have to be smarter than all the other people, and because you're going to watch my presentation, you are going to be smarter and know better ways on how to do this. And contrary to popular belief, this is not everyone in Colorado, okay? We do not use real bills, all right? Facebook ads can be highly relevant. You can use Facebook ads to retarget and connect with people who have been to your website. It's like when you go to Amazon, you go look at a pair of pants, that pair of pants follows you all over the internet, and you're like, no, I didn't want that pair of pants, but it's still very effective. That's why people use it. So retargeting is a great tool to help you actually save money. You can reach the people who are most interested in your product or service with your ad. You can also reach people with great targeting. I like jogging. I live in Denver. I saw this rock and roll marathon ad for months until I finally signed up. I saw it a lot. I'm like, okay, fine. Then, of course, I still saw it because they didn't remove the people who had already signed up like you can, but it was effective. So where is Facebook getting all this data from? How can you do this targeting? You can do amazing targeting, like you can target college graduates, people who own a home, people who have an income level of $100,000 and above. And people are like, are people putting that in their profile? Because that's kind of douchey. But no, what they're doing is third-party data is gathering all this information about us. The web is a scary, scary place, people. They know a lot about us, and they're gathering all this information and matching it to our Facebook profiles. And so now you are going to get an ad that could be perfectly targeted to your needs. And that's powerful stuff. Facebook ads versus Google ads are a little bit different. Facebook is targeting based on interests and demographic data. Google ads are targeting based on search words. So you can target buying keywords with Google ads, like people are searching reviews on golf clubs or best tennis racket, and you know that that person might be looking to buy a tennis racket. Where with Facebook ads, you're targeting people who like tennis. You don't know that they just bought a tennis racket or not. Sometimes you can target on behaviors. Facebook does allow you to do that, like people who are likely to buy organic foods. You can target that, but you can't tell if they just bought organic foods yesterday. So let's talk about how you get Facebook, or how you get leads with Facebook ads. And this is kind of the general process. Now, it depends a little bit on your lead magnet funnel, or how you bring customers into your business. So this may not be necessarily appropriate for you if you're like a realtor or something like that. Maybe people come in through different channels or different ways. But in general, a lot of times it works really well to have some sort of giveaway or freebie or something that you can give to someone in exchange for value, which is their email address. Now, the good thing about retargeting is that sometimes just getting them to your website is enough. Now you've captured that traffic with the Facebook pixel, and you can retarget them. So sometimes you don't even have to worry about getting the email address. You can reconnect with them again through retargeting ads. So you have to start with something good. You know, you can't give away junk, people. Air inflatable jeans, not going to work. If people aren't opting into your offer or buying your stuff already, it might be your offer, your product. So you got to think about it. Nothing is going to save this. No one wants this, okay? So if you're not converting, think about that. So some giveaway ideas. You know, there's lots of different things of value. And here's the cool thing that you can do with Facebook ads is you can test what giveaway gets better results. I do this all the time. Is I say, oh, I'm going to do a webinar, and then I'm going to put that webinar into an ebook and see which one gets better downloads, right? So now the webinar might be $5 a lead. I convert it into an ebook, and really easily through just transcript or some slides or whatever that go into an ebook, and now I'm getting $2.50 per opt-in. You've just cut your conversion cost in half. So test different giveaway ideas. Oops. So here's an example of one of mine, how to set up a Facebook ad. This is a lead page. Is everyone familiar with leadpages.net? Leadpages is a great tool. Another one is Unbounce. If you're not good at setting up these landing pages that are distraction-free, that are kind of optimized to get people over, with like information about what you're giving away and get them connected into your email list, try one of those. You want to map out your funnel and make sure you have everything in place before you start advertising on Facebook. So you're going to think about how someone's going to come through and give you their email address. You're going to have an ad that goes to the website, But one of the most important parts of this is having a thank you page where you're then tracking all the way through. So you have to have that thank you page because you're going to want to track the conversion cost with the Facebook ad. You can have, you'll be putting your ad pixel on your website, but you can also track and back up that data with Google Analytics and Google Goals to kind of see exactly what's going on with, make sure Facebook's giving you the right data. They tend to over-report to be a little optimistic on how many conversions they give you. They're a little lean towards the higher conversions. You can also have a multi-stage funnel, which is really cool if you have your e-commerce on your website. So you want to, how many people have a shopping cart that is on their website where they're having people check out? Okay, few of you. So think about that when you're setting up your funnel and you're tracking, because you can track to see if they, of course, you're going to always track to see if they got to the website with website clicks, but you're going to put some sort of intermediary pixel code on the add to cart page and then the thank you page. And we're going to talk about the pixel in a second, so don't worry that I'm talking Greek here, but just to kind of keep that in your mind that we're going to that you can have this tracking in place, and you can see where people are dropping out of the funnel. So they're getting through to the add to cart from this ad, but they're not actually buying. What could be the disconnect? Maybe it's your targeting. Maybe it's the promise in the ad. Maybe they're just kind of curious. And you can, if you have enough traffic, you could retarget all the people who put the stuff in the cart. And don't be creepy about it. Don't be like, hey, I saw you in your ad. You're like, hey, I saw you added that to your cart, but you didn't buy it. You want it? Want it? you want to, just be subtle with your message. I think some of that retargeting can be a little creepy. All right, so the other thing that you can do with Facebook, if you don't have a landing page, is you could do a lead generation ad. Now, the benefit of this is that there is no landing page. It all happens on Facebook. It's a 2-click to opt in. And what you'll say is you set up a form on Facebook with lead generation ads that says, I want their name and email, or you could say, I want their name, email, and phone number. And when they click your ad, it looks like a normal ad. They'll have to say, yes, I want to give this person my name, email, and phone number. So again, the less you ask for, the better the conversion rate there. So that's a way to do a different type of ad where you don't have to have a landing page. And it's just 2-click opt-in, and it can be easier for someone to opt in. Now, I've done some of the testing on this, and personally, I don't always find the conversion rates to be better with lead generation ads for me personally. A lot of times I need a landing page to kind of tell a little bit more about what someone's getting. So think about that. If you are going to be advertising to a cold audience, make sure you look at advertising your lead generation offer, your freebie offer. Don't try and sell a cold audience with a high-ticket item unless you really know that audience, or it's some sort of retargeting. If it's just a broad audience where you're picking out terms, don't send your sales message to those people. Send them something for free so they get to know you first. And the thing I like about this is if you have a good enough offer, people are going to share it. So, they're sharing your opt-in, which is so awesome because it's like giving a stack of your flyers away and saying, here, can you share this with all your friends, my marketing message? Would you mind sharing that with all your friends? That's how powerful Facebook ads can be. Facebook ads are one of the cheapest places to advertise on the web right now. So they're really, really powerful. You're going to want to make sure you test different images. This was a client of mine. He had a launch of a new product, but we were giving away all these different little videos, free videos with an downloadable ebook, and we were testing different images. So how many people think that the image with the 3 puppies did better in terms of cost per conversion? How many people think that one did better? Okay, All right. Now, how many people think the green image with the 2 puppies did better? Yeah, see, that's what I would have thought, right? 3 puppies outperformed by or got better conversions of $1 less per conversion. It was converting at around $2.35 per conversion versus like $3.40 per conversion. And so you don't know. And I also, he did really well with his ad campaign. What we were doing was giving away these free videos. He used Jeff Walker's launch sequence and had a couple of weeks of promotion, then used his email list to sell his product that he had around natural puppy rearing. And we did retargeting ads for the sales part of that. And he had a 300% return on his investment of Facebook ads. He spent about $4,000, made about $12,000 just on the Facebook ads part of it. So he's going to be looking at spending more next time he launches. And if you can get in the puppy business, I really would recommend that because puppies kill on Facebook. They crush it, man. They really good engagement there. So again, with your sales offer, you're going to do your retargeting. You're going to only use real heavy sales messages to your warm market. And this was an example of I had been to the Wistia page looking at something. I got an ad in my news feed later. I like Galvanize, which is another way of retargeting your warm audience. I like them on Facebook, so they targeted their fans. Time-limited urgency really can help a sales message as well. People always want a good deal. If there's some sort of scarcity to it, that can really help. Coupons or special deals can really help for sales. All right, let's talk about that Facebook pixel and how we're going to rock it. So this is #1 priority before you start advertising. How many of you have the Facebook pixel installed on your website? Okay, awesome. The rest of y'all, you got some homework, okay? Go home and get that pixel installed because it starts gathering traffic from the moment you install it. So you have traffic going to your website that you're losing right now. And so you need to make sure you got that on. So I have more information about how to install it here, and I'm going to run through the steps super quick. But I have a whole blog post on how to install it, but I'm going to go through the steps really fast. So the Pixel basically has 2 jobs. One is to track your page views and conversions. And, oh no, those are both the 2 jobs. Those are the 2, actually. Page views, and then also tracking the conversions. It's just this little bit of code that you add to your website. You only have to add it one time, and you put it on your website, and you're done. And that's all you need to do. It's super simple. Just put it in the same place you put Google Analytics code if you have that installed there. It's right here in the Ads Manager. That's where the pixel area lives. And when you go to this pixel section, you're going to say View Pixel Code, and you're going to plug it into your WordPress site. I recommend a custom script plugin. If you don't know where your plugin is, you can just put a script in there. And then it's ready to go. The next step is the conversion tracking. So this is where you have to tell Facebook what a lead looks like to you. That's why you have to have a thank you page. You have to tell Facebook that this is a conversion. And you can either do it in one of 2 ways, a URL rule or standard event, which is a little bit of extra code. I recommend just using that custom conversion URL rule. It's easy, and it's a good way to just set that up and be done with it instead of messing with some extra code. And what will happen for you is you'll be able to then see right in your ad reports what your conversion cost was. You can see here I was getting 95 cents per conversion versus $13 for conversion. Which ad am I going to run more, right? I'm doing way better with that type of ad. And these were some slightly different products. I was testing different opt-ins as well. So I could see which one was doing better with the audience. And what Facebook can do for you is send highly targeted traffic to your website. So I sent 511 website clicks. I got 386 leads. That's a conversion rate of 75%. That does not happen. That's huge. So, when you're really optimizing your ads, you can get those conversions. So now let's talk about targeting, which is my favorite part to talk about because I get super excited about this, and I love this guy. I don't know what he's doing here with this money in this bonnet, but I love weird stock photography. So it's important to kind of understand what the campaign structure is of Facebook ads. The targeting happens at the ad set level. The budgeting happens at that level. So when we talk about split testing in just a minute, I'm going to show you a little bit more on how you do that. But the targeting is at that ad set level. So when you go into Facebook ads, you're going to see those levels when you're creating the ads. And you're going to be choosing something like traffic or conversions if you have that conversion pixel set up right, and then setting up your ad. So at the ad set level, we're setting up things like targeting, the placement, the budget, and the schedule. And here's where the targeting comes in. It's in this interest area, this detailed targeting is where you're going to add, you can target other fans of other pages. You can target people's behaviors. You can target by the fact they have a certain income or they're a homeowner. And it's really amazing. And you can use complex targeting to then really reach your perfect audience. You can target by their demographics and zip code or city if you're a local business. And then you can also use this complex targeting. So I can target fans of Social Media Examiner who earn $100,000 and more. So that's really powerful stuff. Custom audiences are where your warm market is. And I'm not going to get into that really. I'm just going to show you super quick because it's a very powerful technique with the retargeting, but that's where you can upload your email list and then target those people who are already on your email list, who are your warm connections with a better sales ad. You can do engagement retargeting. So when you go to the custom audiences area, there's 3 sections that I would recommend going in and creating so that you can target those people, your email subscribers, your website traffic, and anyone who's engaged with your Facebook page in the past. So that's your warm audience right there. And then to use those audiences in the Facebook ad targeting, you have to then name the audience and select it. So that's going to be some additional targeting you can have in there. So now let's talk about split testing. And if you take nothing else away from my talk today, one is install your pixel. This is number 2 is this dude. Test 2 different ads for the same thing. Just that if you do nothing else, just try 2 different things. A lot of times people say, I'm just going to test this ad. I tried Facebook ads and it didn't work. Well, you tried 1 ad. A lot of times you can save a ton of money by even just testing a different image. So testing, using the ad sets to try different demographics can really help. And then what you'll do is test your images next, but you're going to group your keywords together in there. And if you're a local business, you're going to test the same area, the same audience all the time, because why change up your audience if it's your local area? And maybe you're only going to test different images. So that's going to be the difference there. And then what you'll do is you'll be able to find your best performing keywords with the reports. You're going to see that right in the report, which one did better. The next step after testing your demographics is then switching up the images. So how many people think the image with the white background performed better? The same exact text, mostly I had the different text there. How many think the image with the white background did better in this case? Okay. Some of you. How many think the blue image with the blue? Okay, you guys were smarter than me. I thought the white image was going to do better. I look a lot cuter in that picture. I am just really cute there, and everyone liked I had 35% less cost per click, cost per conversion with the blue image. So if you want to decrease your cost by 35%, just try 2 different images. You're going to find that success in your reports. You're going to be able to say, okay, let's turn this ad off. Let's keep this ad on. You're going to know what's working for you. So that's my big message here, is to always be testing. Try different types of things. Try different lead magnets. Try different ads. Try different images. Try different demographics. So make sure you just try these different things, but have some fun with it too. Don't worry about that you're messing anything up. Just make sure you're having a little fun with it. So when you master Facebook advertising, you become someone who knows how to make it rain, how to turn on the traffic for engagement, leads, and sales to your business. It's a powerful place to advertise, and I highly suggest you give it a try if you haven't already. So thank you so much. And I also have there's a lot more to Facebook ads. I kind of went really fast. So I do have a special offer through July 4th, 4th only, a $50 off my course, which includes a year access to a Facebook group with me where you can ask questions plus learn about Facebook ads. And thank you so much, everyone. It's been awesome.